Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police say they've arrested an armed robber within an hour of the crime. Officers were called to this get-and-go gas station just after 5 o'clock Monday morning. Police say a man wearing a mask and sunglasses threatened employees with a knife, took cash, and left.
Police found Vilas Walking Eagle walking in the area. Investigators say he no longer had a knife, but he had the exact amount of cash that was taken from the gas station. He's charged with robbery. According to the Department of Corrections website, he was on parole for a 2015 robbery conviction. A 23-year-old man is behind bars, accused of approaching a pizza delivery driver with what appeared to be a gun. Police say the driver was on the southwest side of Sioux Falls when the man started asking him questions.
The driver ended up calling police. Officers later found the red van the man was driving outside a motel.
The gun, I'll use that term loosely, but it was actually a lighter that you pull the trigger and the flame comes out. That was found inside the vehicle.
Police arrested Terrell Flute for aggravated assault, resisting arrest, and parole violation. A Sioux Falls man is behind bars accused of inappropriately touching a 14-year-old girl at a gas station. Police say the girl was waiting to buy something Saturday afternoon when the man leaned over and grabbed her between the legs.
The girl went outside and told her family, who called police. Officers arrested 51-year-old Sean Castor. He is charged with sexual contact with a child under the age of 16.
Warm temps today, but they'll fall for the rest of the week. Let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Mundt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Travis. Good morning, everybody. We are looking at temperatures today to hit the 60s and even some 70s will be found across southeastern KELOLAND. A little windy, though, and the winds will stay with us as we go through the day tomorrow. From the west and northwest for tomorrow, that will help bring in some cooler air. And the 7-day forecast looking mostly dry. We may have to add something for this coming weekend. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. IRS documents have revealed that Sanford Health's former CEO, Kelby Krabbenhoft, received more than $49 million in 2020.
Krabbenhoft was not the only highly compensated employee leaving in 2020 who received millions of dollars from the organization. Tax documents reveal money paid to others who left Sanford Health in 2020. Dr. Daniel Blue, who is president of Sanford World Clinics, received $6 million in compensation, retirement, benefits, and separation.
Nate White, who was chief operating officer, received $4 million.
Former chief legal officer Kim Patrick received $3.9 million. Dr. Allison Suttle, who is the chief medical officer, received $3.5 million. Joanne Kunkel, who is chief financial officer, received $8 million. In light of that news, Sanford's current CEO and president Bill Gasson sent out a letter to all employees letting them know the settlement information was becoming public. In his letter, Gasson wrote, each year Sanford Health is required to file an IRS Form 990 that provides an overview of the organization's activities, governance, and detailed financial information. Gasson says the information regarding Krabbenhoft's compensation will raise questions.
He says the majority of compensation paid to Krabbenhoft was contractually obligated as part of retirement plans over his 24-year tenure. The remainder was Krabbenhoft's annual compensation and a severance agreement. You can read the entire letter on our website. South Dakota lawmakers have moved to subpoena a document at the center of questions about whether Governor Kristi Noem used her influence to aid her daughter's application for a real estate appraiser license.
This is in connection with a meeting last year between Governor Noem and Labor Department officials, as well as Noem's daughter, Cassidy Peters. Just days before the meeting, Peters had been turned down in her attempt to become a certified residential appraiser. A few months later, she received her certification.
The committee also requested Sherry Brenn, the former executive director of the Real Estate Appraisers Program, to testify. Brenn received a $200,000 payment for dropping her claim against the Noem administration that she was forced to retire.
Labor Secretary Marcia Holtman has told lawmakers the purpose of the meeting was to find ways to get more real estate appraisers certified in South Dakota. She emphasized that the governor did not intervene on behalf of her daughter.
The committee wants the documents to verify testimony that has been made so far, as well as further its investigation. The subpoenas could be finalized today. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather it is. And looking at these temperatures, boy, they are changing, aren't they? We've got 50s and 60s to start. Sioux Falls ends up in the middle and upper 60s early this afternoon. And then, well, the temperature starts to slide already here beyond 5 and 6 o'clock. And this wind out there, too, will be pretty steady overnight. We do think that tomorrow will ramp up a lot more in western South Dakota. We have numerous wind headlines associated with this pattern, and we think 30s for highs. So you put that all together, it's quite a dramatic change, but it's November and it's supposed to do that. So looking at the maps here too, not a lot in the way of any organized rain or snow chances at this point. Anything that does develop would be fairly scattered in nature and pretty light. Otherwise, yeah, temperature game, that's basically where we're at here at the end of the week with highs in the 30s and 40s. The wind outlook, you'll see the snapshot at 3 p.m. Notice the stronger winds in northwest South Dakota. Now, Sioux Falls will start to pick up a little bit of this and steady winds overnight, but tomorrow the map is plastered there in the orange and the red. So that's indicative of all that wind in the forecast. So enjoy today. 60s common from Mitchell to Sioux Falls, and even low 70s in Yankton. That will feel awfully nice. Then you see this. We've got the 7-day forecast, primarily dry. Might get a little bit of moisture Saturday. We're still watching that system. Otherwise, we've got 30s early next week again. Looks like another strong cold front coming in. Here's a look at Aberdeen, also dropping to 34 on Thursday. Maybe some recovery by Friday and Saturday. A little better chance that we hit that 50-degree mark from Pierre to Rapid City later in the week, but sustained warmth, probably not. Even next week, we'll have to keep an eye on that for the Black Hills. But generally, it's a pretty dry forecast. Check out details, our latest Storm Center update at KETLELAND.com, and have a great day.